So I want to start off this story time by telling you guys that if you are young and you get very uncomfortable with like the spooky stuff, just exit this video. I know some people don't like spooky stuff or like believe in ghosts or spirits or whatever the case is, but I am a big believer of ghosts, spirits, demons. I believe it all, and I do believe that there are bad spirits and there are good spirits. So I just wanted to leave that as a disclaimer, but I'm super excited to do story time, and I never thought of actually doing a story time about my childhood haunted apartment. So my childhood haunted apartment. I just want to make a disclaimer before I get started. If you guys are, some of you guys don't believe in ghosts, spirits, bad spirits, good spirits, whatever the case is, I just want to make a disclaimer just because I know some people get freaked out and some people don't believe it, and I don't want hate in the comments saying, oh, that's a fake story, blah, 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 because I've experienced things, I've seen things, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy. But so if some of you guys may not know, I was born in New York, specifically Queens, New York, and I'm not going to tell you exactly where because that's my personal business, but it was in Queens. And pretty much I was born 1998, if you didn't know that either, and I lived in my childhood apartment till I was about 14, 15 years old. I have another story of why I lived there till I was 14. I pretty much was doing bad in school or whatever, but that's another story time. If you guys do want to hear that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I lived there till I was about 14, 15, and I started experiencing like, well, not experiencing anything, like not paranormal stuff, but like seeing things and like feeling things. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm gonna get in more depth with it. But at the age around 9, I started experiencing seeing things and like stuff like that. And I do have 3 sisters and 1 brother, and 3 of my sisters have seen things differently, but we all seen the same thing, just in a different way, if that makes sense. And pretty much the history of where I lived, that I looked up on the history of my old area. I heard there was a lot of train tracks, but I also read up on that in the 1600s there was a lot of Native Americans in the area, so I'm sure there's a lot of bodies buried there or something like that. And that's a little freaky because it was a very historical area apparently. And not because like there was like museums or anything, it was just a popular area, I guess. I don't know, back in the day. But my old house, it was like a multi-family, so we had another family living below us, and we were living upstairs, the 2nd floor. And pretty much I get goosebumps like every time I think about it, so it's like but what I used to like at the age of 9, I used to like, okay, so at night, like let's just say I went to the store or something to get like food or whatever, I would feel like somebody was following me. And that's not like, that's like a typical thing that people typically feel, like somebody's chasing them or whatever, like up the stairs. But like I actually felt like somebody was breathing on my neck, and I would get freaked out, so I would run down the stairs or I'll run back up the stairs. And it was like a really weird feeling. Like it just felt like somebody was behind me and like following me. And then that was one thing I experienced a lot, was like the feeling that somebody was always following me in my apartment. Like every time I was outside my house, I felt okay. Like, not that I never wanted to be home, but like it was so like, you just had like a negative vibe just walking into my apartment. And it was crazy to feel that way because we didn't understand, well, I didn't understand why I felt that way. I just thought like maybe it was just like me growing up and being a kid or whatever. You know, because kids get in, like, these weird moods or whatever. But, yeah, like, I got, like, this weird, like, feeling that, like, I had, like, somebody following me. And it, like, I felt like that throughout my whole house. Like, if I would walk to, like, one room, like, it just felt like that throughout my whole apartment. So, that was one thing I experienced. And then, downstairs in, like, the hallway area, I used to, like, come home and do, like, come home back with my laundry. And I used to see, like, some sort of spirit. And I don't know if it was a good spirit or a bad spirit, but I felt like it was a really bad spirit because my heart used to race. And I was so freaked out. And I was like, okay, I gotta turn on my flashlight. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Because I was so freaked out. What I used to see was, like, this man image by the basement door where my landlord's door was, like their house door. I used to see a man's image, and it would be like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, so nobody's in the hallway at that time, and we had a light. So I turned it on, and then it, like, disappeared. But then you turn it off, and I seen a man image, and it looked like a man, and it, like, I just got such weird vibes. And I used to, like, rush up the stairs. Like I told you guys, I used to always rush up the stairs. And I felt like that was the thing that I kept feeling that was chasing behind me up my stairs, like, in my hallway. And it was, like, a really scary experience because I had to deal with this for, like, so long. And it's not, like, some bad spirits can harm you, obviously. There's, like, exorcisms and stuff and, like, paranormal. But, like, I didn't feel, like, scared enough where I was going to get harmed. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I used to see, like, a weird man image. And obviously it wasn't, like, clear as day, but it was clear. Like, pretty clear where I could tell, like, it was a man. And, it was pretty spooky because it was like, what is it? You know, and I used to look on Google, like, I used to look it up to see, like, what does it mean, or, like, if it's a bad thing or whatever. And I don't know who it was. I don't care what it was. But there was a specific spirit that I seen a lot, and this was in my apartment. And I don't know the history, if anything did happen in my apartment. I don't know if there was. But I used to see, so all my sisters have experienced something in that house where they seen the same thing that I seen in the apartment. And if you guys do want to see a story time with all my sisters, then give this video a fat thumbs up, because I would like to feature some of my sisters in my video so they could tell you their side. But pretty much I used to see, so it was like a train house. If you guys don't know what that is, it's all the rooms are connected, and then there was, like, some had doors, some didn't. And most of the rooms didn't have doors. So all our rooms were connected. So we used to put, like curtains up, so we have, like, privacy, obviously. But there was, like, 7 of us in total in that house. So me and my sister Ashley shared a room. My sister Jackie and Jessica shared a room, and then my brother got his own room, and then my parents, and then we had the living room, kitchen, and bathroom. And what I used to see was, like, I used to see this spirit of a little girl, clear as day, with a blue nightgown, and, like, she had long black hair, but I could never see her face. And it scares me because I have long black hair. And, but it doesn't scare me because obviously, like, it's my natural hair color. But, like, I used to sit up at night and I would look at my sister's bed. And that's where I always seen it. At the end of her bed. And I would freak the fuck out. And I'll be like, Ashley. And she'll be dead asleep. And I'll be like, what the fuck is that? So I would turn the other way, and it felt like somebody was breathing on the back of my neck or like standing behind me. And like I'm getting like I'm like breathing heavy because of how it like made me feel. Like I used to feel like so scared to turn around and look. And there was just one night that I just decided to stay looking that way. And the first time I ever experienced this was like young. And I always seen this spirit. And I always felt like it was a bad spirit. So I don't know if there was like a history of a little girl that died in my house or something, but I don't want to know. But I used to see this spirit like in my parents' room also, but like between, because my sister, like my older sister's door was like right near my parents' bed, like their railing to their bed. So I used to see the little girl standing there like this with her head down, but her hair wasn't like this, like it blocking her face. It was just like this, and it looked like a white face, like a pure white face, but there was no eye or like there was no mouth. And she would like, and I could see like a blue nightgown. And I know this sounds a little crazy, but I seen like a long dress. And I don't know if it was specifically blue, but it was like it looked like a nightgown. Like I know what a nightgown looks like. So I would see it there, and like I would stare at it, and I'm like, who is that? And I would think it's like maybe one of my sisters got up or something, because you know, some of us could possibly have sleepwalked or whatever, but most of the time, everybody was dead asleep. And pretty much, I always used to see the spirit, like, right there, and then, like, I'll shut my eyes, and it's, like, right at the end of my sister's bed, like, right near the doorway. And, like, I used to hear, like, scratch noises, and, like, thumping, and, like, I just used to hear unusual noises that, like, typically you wouldn't hear at night unless like somebody was up, obviously. So I would hear like scratch noises, I would hear thumping. There was one time I felt like I heard somebody run across, and it was like it sounded like footsteps. And like after a while I started believing that there was spirits in my house. I don't think they were good spirits, obviously. And it was a really scary feeling to, like, obviously, you know, we didn't know that could have been spirits and, like, stuff like that, like, and as I got older, like, and I experienced and I seen all these things, it was just, like a whoa moment, like, okay. And, like, if you guys ever felt, like a weird, like a tightening in your chest, or like you felt nervous, like your heart would beat very fast, and like if you felt like just somebody was like near your neck or your shoulder or your back, like that's what exactly I used to feel. And it's a scary feeling, honestly. Like, it's not a good feeling because it feels like somebody's just following you 24/7. And it's very frustrating because it's like, what the fuck? Like, what is it? Like, what is this thing trying to tell me? What? What else? Oh, I used to experience like random bruises on my body, or like I'll wake up with like a weird scratch. But that's like anybody. Like anybody could wake up with a bruise from like the wall, hitting the wall, like in your sleep or something. But like I used to wake up with bruises like every other day, or like every other month. It was just so weird. And then I'll be like, where did I get this bruise? And it would be a big bruise. Like sometimes I used to have like little bruises on my legs, or like on my arm, or like scratches like on my hands, like right here, like little scratches, like it looked like cat scratches. There was a time that I seen a shadow run across my living room. I went to go get up to use the bathroom, and we always left the kitchen light on, always. We left the kitchen light on just because so we could see at night. And my brother's room was right next to the living room. And I got up one night, and I wasn't half asleep. Like, I was pretty alert. Like, I got up, I usually rub my eyes. And I would be so scared to walk through the rooms at night because, like, I felt like somebody was following me. And there was a night that I got up, and, like, my mom was in the living room, I think. I believe she was in the living room, and I seen, like a black thing run across. And I started freaking out, and I ran into my bed. Like, I was like, I'm holding my pee. Fuck this. And I ran into my bed, and I went under the covers because I was freaked out. Like, I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I don't even know what it was. It was just a dark thing that ran across the living room. And I was like freaking out. And yeah. It was pretty freaky. It was very freaky. There was just times that, like, I didn't want to be home. Like, I would go sleep at my friend's house, or I just didn't want to be home. Like, I didn't feel like this is home. I felt very scared. I just felt scared because, like, of the way I felt living there. You know what I mean? Like, you just know bad when you feel it. And, like, the home that I'm living in right now, this is the most happiest I've been. Is like, I sleep comfortably at night. I don't feel any bad vibes. I don't feel scared to go to the bathroom, or anything like that. And there's, like, such a big transition from growing up in a Queens, New York, in a apartment to a house. It's like a big transition from the history-wise. Like, I don't know if there's history on this area, but I do know that there was a big history on that area. And I do feel like there were really bad spirits in my apartment. And I never felt like, not that I never felt safe, because there was always somebody home, but I never felt safe that night. Like, I felt so scared, and, like, I was so anxious. Like, I couldn't go to sleep because I felt like somebody was just standing there or just watching me. And every night I would see this little girl, and I would freak out. And then it's like, I became so immune to seeing it that, like, it was normal. You know what I mean? Like, it was just another person. But, like, I know it sounds silly, but, like, it wasn't another person, guys. It wasn't. It was a spirit. I don't know if, like, the spirit was trying to protect us or, like, what. It was just freaky. I just get, like, ooh, about, like, talking about it. It's, like, so scary. It's not scary. It's just like, okay. But, I'm trying to think of anything else that I experienced. Oh, there was a time that I went to the bathroom, and it was like daytime, and I went to the bathroom, and nobody was home that day. I don't think nobody was home. Yeah, nobody was home. And I went to the bathroom, and I shut the door, and I heard, like, do you hear that? I heard that. I kept hearing, like, somebody was trying to open the door. So I got up to see who it was, and there's nobody there. And then I went back to the toilet or whatever, and it went like it was, like, trying to get into the bathroom. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I used to freak out. That was one time I only experienced that. I never experienced that, like, ever again. That was just one time. And it was daytime. That's what freaked me out more. I was like, and that day I left. I went out because I just didn't want to be home after that. I was like, nope, I'm not staying in this house alone. Nope. So, trying to think if, like, there was, like, any weird things that I ever, like, seen or, like writing or, like, anything like that. I don't think I've ever seen like anything engraved into something. Like I know some spirits like to engrave into like the wall or like a piece of wood or like something like that. But I don't think I've ever experienced seeing something like that or heard something like that. So yeah. And it was just a lot like of seeing spirits and like hearing like thumping, scratching, and then the doorknob. That was like the most that I ever experienced. Thank God. Thank God to that. But now I'm just like, I've always been a high believer of ghosts. Like, I just always believe that there are good ghosts and there are bad ghosts. And I do believe that there are ghosts. And if you guys, let me know in the comments if you guys do believe in ghosts or if you guys have ever experienced anything with a ghost or like spirit, whatever you want to call it. Because I know I'm not the only one that has experienced something like this. I just want to give you guys a story time because I thought it was like interesting to tell you guys because, you know, it's something that was a part of me when I was little. And now I'm like in a better home and I'm happy and the bad spirits are not trying to spook me out anymore. I get scared sometimes because like when I talk about it I feel like they're like, because I know some spirits could follow you, but I don't know. Because, like, I read up on so much stuff that it's like, can they really follow you, like, to the next place you live? You know what I mean? Unless it's, like, somebody that's trying to protect you, like your guardian angel or something. But those spirits, nah. They weren't trying to protect me. They were trying to, like, I don't know what they were trying to do. They were trying to do something. But, yeah. It was weird. But, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys do want to hear more story times. Sorry for sneezing, but yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.